Hi guys, let me explain you Jetpack Joyride, real-time puzzle game that is not timed, in which all players just stole a jetpack and are trying to escape that lab from which they stole that jetpack and make as many points as possible. Let me show you how this plays. Come around here. Every player has a 4-sector lab in front of themselves. There is a huge stack of those Pentonimo's pieces that is available for everyone to grab at the same time. The game is real time, so everybody plays at the same time, but as I just said, it's not timed. The round finishes only when someone actually exits the lab. So everybody at the same pace, you don't have to rush. How do you play? There's 2 rules on how to place the stat. They represent the path of your jetpack. So there's 2 rules. The first rule is that you cannot touch any of the missiles, zappers, and lasers in that laboratory trying to stop you. And the second one is that the head of the last side you're placing has to touch the tail of the next one. It has to be a continuous path. So for example, I could do this. This will be legal, but for example, if I was doing something like this, this will be illegal because this is not touching the tail. Okay, it's not a continuous path. The game works with whoever has as many points as possible in 3 rounds. How do you make points? You get 1 point for every coins you fly over, and you get points for every mission you succeed. Every round you'll get 3 fresh missions. For example, we got here, reach sector 4, that gives you 3 points. Place 5 tiles in a sector, 3 points. And a sector, again, is just a card like this. Collect no coins in the completed sectors. You see here there's a total of 11 points extra you can do. So every run, it's not only about exiting and doing the puzzle, it's also about trying to maximize and to do what those missions are about every single time. At the end of the round, we total where's the most points and the most missions, and what we do is draft a gadget. Gadgets are powerful cards that will be permanent for the 2 other rounds, and that gives advantages. They act as a catch-up mechanism, so that for someone who's kind of maybe less skilled with this, will have something truly powerful to help him kind of balance its lack of skill and truly bring him up to speed with the rest of the players around. The best player being the last one picking the gadget and having no choice around it. Those gadgets are purposely unbalanced, so that whoever goes first gets a real advantage. And that's Jetpack Joyride. It plays in about 20 minutes, and every time it's complete renewables. There is something really vibrant with this space pushing and real-time puzzle that just works every time. It is a truly exciting experience every time. So thank you for watching.
So one of the things that Lucky Duck Games mentioned after I turned off the camera that I felt was a good thing to explain after their short introduction on how to play Jetpack Joyride was how they came about with the development of the Jetpack Joyride board game. As we were talking, he mentioned that, almost like a quest board in a small town, he actually put out, not necessarily a bid, but put out the word to a number of designers, well over a dozen, to try and come up with a board game, or just a game in general, that truly captured the essence of what Jetpack Joyride was. And by and large, a lot of them had difficulties with capturing the essence of Jetpack Joyride and making it into a game that both functioned as a game, but also functioned as something that captured the video game essence of Jetpack Joyride. And that essentially Lucky Duck Games wasn't going to put out a game until they felt that they had something right. Unlike another game company I won't mention the name of, who decided to put out something that was not necessarily a good interpretation of the video game, and generally wasn't a good board game in general. So what we got to worry about here is that with Lucky Duck Games, they created a game that captured the essence of the video game and also is a good board game as well. And so I feel that's something I wanted to communicate to you, simply because any shortcomings in the video were my fault, simply because it was a cold call to a company I hadn't talked to before and was filming a project I wasn't sure how to film it on the fly in one take in a busy atmosphere at a convention. So I felt like that was something important to communicate, simply because it reflects back on the company and the company's business model and how they want to operate and how they want to create games. So, that being said, I do think that Jetpack Joyride is interesting because I didn't think that an endless game could be successfully made. And I do feel like Jetpack Joyride successfully made an interpretation of the endless genre, with some interesting mechanics and gameplay that not only captures Jetpack Joyride pretty well, but also captures an endless game insofar as genre goes as well. And so I would check them out at luckyduckgames.com and check out what they have for late pledges for Jetpack Joyride.
Found it!